this happen? Okay. Can you hear and see me, Daphne? I just rebooted. Can you can you hear me? Perfect. All right. Well, then good. Then I'm on Facebook Live. I'm gonna give people a few minutes to log in. If you're logged in, please. If you're logged in, please send me a message so that I know that you're logged in and that you're ready for me to start. We'll start right at 8 o'clock, which is 1 minute away, so I did pretty good tonight. Oh, hey, Cindy. How you doing, Miss Cindy? We're going to get started in just a moment. Oh, hey, Cindy. What happened to my intro? Oh, Lord. Let's see here. It's wild. As we get started, well, everybody, welcome to Touching Eternity. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Sorry, folks, I'm playing around. I actually lost. Hi, Jamie. I actually lost my intro screen. I don't know what happened to it. Let me see if this is it over here. Ah, there we go. There we go. I had to put the source on for it. That was crazy. Never had to do that before. So anyway, my so again, once again, welcome to Touching Eternity podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick. Well, now we got that out of the way. I can definitely undo that and go to the full scene. Perfect. I'm glad to see some of you guys are joining me. Hey, Tracy. I see Daphne and Jamie. I don't know, Miss Cindy's probably watching with Jamie. Allie's there, so good. It is kicking. So, guys, as usual, I tried to fix something and it created an issue that I'm going to have to deal with Magni when he comes home. So, I'm glad that you guys are all there. This studio, I'm still getting used to it. It's ready to do an update, so I don't want to do the update until Magni's home. I think that's why it's giving me issues because it needs to update. So, as soon as he gets home, we're going to update it and then we should be good to go. To get started, I wanted to thank everybody that came out on Tuesday night. Hey, Stacy, to go to Allie's house to talk about the Orleans Paranormal Social Club. It was a very big turnout, and we got some people paid dues, and then we got some people still waiting. It was a lot of fun. Hey, Joe from California. I heard you finally got home at 4 a.m. But anyway, so glad those that could come out and join me. Also, Joe, I might be in your neck of woods September the 6th. I might be down there where you are. But anyway, we had a lot of fun at the group for the paranormal group. I do apologize for some of the people were on. I was trying to talk and work the computer at the same time and do other things. So I forgot to save the video when I closed, so we didn't tape it. But now the source that I forgot to save the video when I closed, so we didn't tape it. But
now the source that we use has an AI feature that we can now, the minutes of the meeting will automatically be typed out. So we're going to start doing that, and work the room, do all the and that way I can step back. So actually, I'll probably let Misty do most of the talking, and I will only answer the questions because I am the treasurer. We have a vice president who I believe is Mark Boyan. So I don't know if he's here tonight, but he was online that night, and Misty's going to be president of that group, and Allie is secretary. She's here. Jamie Lassalot is our events planner, and Mark Lassalot is our sergeant at arms. And so we're putting this group together so that we can go do some fun paranormal adventures, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We had a great time. It's going to be a social club, so we will definitely get together and do that. Mark, I hope Mark, I see you on. I hope Misty asked you about that. But I'm glad you said yes. So anyway, so it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We plan to do a lot of cool events together. But of course, I'm gonna tell you. Let me see. Okay. Also, I need to mention the energetics class, which is going to be August 23rd and 24th. I've had a few people sign up for that. That is an extremely good class. But the one I want to brag about is the one that's this Friday. And that is the Mediumship Gallery at Race and Religious. Okay. A little bit, people were asking us how to. That's fine. You can join at any time. You can come to the next meeting. It's going to be fine. That's for Mary Cat. So, Race and Religious, how to get there. So let me explain to people. If you take, like you're going over the Mississippi River Bridge, but don't go over, take the last exit, which is the Tchoupitoulas exit. You're going to go, hey, Chris, you're going to go down onto Tchoupitoulas, and you're going to go about she said it's about 4 blocks, like a little park in front, and you'll see lights and stuff. And it's right on Race Street, which is about 4 blocks off of that big, when you get off the interstate on Tchoupitoulas. So just keep going down Tchoupitoulas till you see Race Street, make a right, and that's where Race and Religious is at. So that's going to be, I ordered the cake for Friday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then there's going to be wine and cheese served, and it's my birthday bash, so come out and let's have some fun. Connect to your loved ones, and then we'll probably go out afterwards as a group. So that's this Friday night. So I wanted to definitely mention that. Of course, the big event for us is the Touch an Eternity Sense Healing Cruise. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the cruise. The cruise is going to be a fun cruise. We'll start with saying that. I will be teaching you how to sense. I'll also be teaching some healing. There will be Trenny and Missy will also be teaching things, and Jill will be teaching. So we're the 4 hosts of the event. The event it's a week long. There are 4 stops. First stop is Cozumel, where you will practice your sensing and your paranormal investigating. We will go then to Belize, where we will go visit a healer who makes her own medicines from the rainforest. And then we will then go to Honduras, and that's a free day to go have fun with your family and friends. And then we'll be in Costa Maya, where I will be getting a massage, because I heard there's a real good masseuse there. So, and we're gonna get back on the boat. Now, in the evenings on those days, we'll be having some short evening events, but mainly we want you to have fun. So there's going to be a lot of activities as well as the 2 days of nonstop classes. So I want to say, but we want to make sure the cruise is fun for everyone. Plus, the cost of the classes to join us in the classes and on these events, these excursions, is going to be $400. If you pay that before December, it's $350. That does not include the excursions on land. That is just the classes and the events at night. That is to join us on those things. If you want to, again, you have to be part of the class to be with our group and do the things that we're going to do for the sensing and for the healing. And those two events are extra, but you get it when you get your room. It comes with a credit that gives you money off of the excursion. So you can get like, if you're sharing a room, it'd be like $25 to $50 a person. You'll get off of that excursion. So that's the two that we're going to plan as a group to go on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, there's a lot of bad weather, Tracy. I apologize about that. So anyway, that's the cruise, guys. If you go to my website, all the information is there. Get a hold of Nicole. She's wonderful. She's at Norwegian, and she'll tell you how you can pay over time and all those wonderful things. I don't have any weather out here. I must be lucky. I've seen some clouds though, but they're not here yet. So that's probably what's causing the issues. I apologize if you're having trouble hearing me. So tonight's topic is, I have a student that comes and visits me usually on Wednesdays before this session. Give me a minute. I'm doing solo cup tonight, not glass. But anyway, I have a student that comes and visits me. Well, it just started at your house, Stacy. It must be starting me here. Anyway, I have a student that I've been working with on out of body. And this student comes by and I give him recommendations on about how to get down into those states of mind where you can travel and you can see things and you can understand things. And what I do is, like, I give him things to do, and then he comes and gives me feedback, and then I give him more things to do, and then I give him more feedback. And then to travel, when you do astral projection, it should be as easy as breathing. Okay? It should be as easy as breathing. And you should be able to tap into that energy right away. These are what the most common blocks are for people who try to do out of body or even mediumship or any kind of metaphysical work. One is you have to be able to trust. Two, you have to be coming from a place of love and understanding. And three, you have to understand how energy works, and you have to develop a language to understand what you're getting. So a lot of people in the beginning don't get a whole lot of information because they have not developed their language with the other side or with the spirit world. So they don't know how to respond to you. They will give you little things as a hint, but if you don't catch it, that's all they can give you. So one of the things I recommend is, when you're doing your trance work or your meditations, that's the time you should be connected to spirit and saying, show me this. Let me. And when you say, so like, let's use the word, everybody loves creepy stuff, so let's look at murder. So you should have something that tells you that something was a murder. Example, what does murder smell like? What would a taste of murder be like? What would you hear? Would you hear the word murder or something else? Did you have someone in your family that was murdered, and maybe you'll hear their voice, or you might even see them in your mind's eye. So that's using all of your senses. You might smell blood. There could be a lot of things that make you think murder. And you need to build that relationship with your spirit team or your higher self, which is your spirit team. So in order to be able to do these connections, that's the kind of work you need to do. And you need to go kind of understand who you are and why you want to do all this, and make sure it's for the right reasons. Understanding is key. If you'll take my energetics course, I stress that over and over and over and over again. And it's about understanding about people. There's something making noises in here, but anyway. Welcome. Understanding, people. Understanding how those people affected you, but also understanding why you allowed it. What happened to you in your life that allowed you to accept that behavior or make you feel the way you felt. Understanding yourself is actually the biggest part of energetics, but you also have to learn how to understand other people and know when you have to put them away from you or not have them in your arena. Okay, so that's really important because as I've proven to you, many of you guys, your energy extends way in front of you. So when you're blending with other energies, it has an effect on you. Remember that like energies attract. So like when we go in these paranormal investigations and stuff, if you're going in there in a negative or bad mood, I'm not gonna let you in because you're gonna attract something that's negative and bad. I'm hearing the thunder now outside. So I'll stay on as long as I can with you guys. If it gets really bad, we may have to cut it short tonight, which would be depressing because I do love reading you guys. But I do want to talk about this because it's really important, especially if you're going on the cruise and you're going to go do sensing with us. You have to understand, one, to trust what you get. Two, be able to communicate what it is you're sensing. What in your senses are you what does it taste like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What you just know about it? So putting that all together. One of the little exercises I gave my student tonight, which I will give to you guys too, is if you come home one day, go inside your house. Well, before you open the door, go inside your house and kind of tell yourself where everything is, and go in and see if it's still there. That's a simple little exercise that you can do to help you work with developing that and creating your language. So I'm so glad y'all are here because my counter has not, it still says zeros. I can't tell how many people's watching. I have to get Magni to come in and look at this, and we're gonna have to do a show when he's at home. But unfortunately, this month he's never home on a Wednesday. But one Wednesday I got to get him to do that. So Mary Catherine, what did that make you think of? Because sounds is also a sense. 12 people. Very good. See there? It's that simple. It is that simple. And Jamie said 13 by her. And it's okay. It's that simple. That simple. Your ability should be as easy as a breath. You know, while I was sitting there with my student, I was telling him what he did that day because I traveled there. I was telling him where I think it's about his home. I was telling my student, different things I saw, and they all related to my student. So these things are you can do this. I am not anybody special. I wasn't born with a veil. I've just been studying for a long time and practicing and doing these things. Well, hey, Tina. Well, thank you. So, these are the things that I want you to understand about your right brain and about your abilities. You have to be able to trust. You have to be able to come from a place of love and not have any stress. Yeah. What does murder smell like? What does suicide smell like? Yeah, I mean, what does it smell like to you? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What would the vision be? Is it something is it a symbol that you want to use, or is it somebody that might have done that, and that will recreate in your mind? So that's really, really, really important. So that's how this works, folks, and trusting it. And so many people don't trust it. So many people get it all the time, and they just don't. They haven't even created their language, so they understand what they're getting, or they haven't. They haven't trusted themselves enough to be able to do it. And if they get something wrong, they get angry. So that's another block that people have is, one, the fear of being wrong. Two, the trust issue. All these things are fears that you have to go inside yourself and figure out why you have these things, what's going on, and learn to love you, learn to fall in love with you and understand you and why you react the way you do, and realize that That was all just conditioning of life that did that to you. But you can break that. You can choose not to be in that space. And that's why I like to recommend to everyone to please look at the video. I know my students have seen it a dozen times because I show it all the time, because you see it and you fall into the wrong aspect of it. And that's the video by Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, A Stroke of Insight. She really spells it out in her video. But people get more wrapped up in her story about her stroke than they do what she's saying about the brain and understanding that piece of it. Understand what she's saying. Understand what it means. What is the difference between the left and right? She explains it, but so many people get wrapped in the emotions of her story, because her story is very emotional, that they miss the true meaning of that video, and what the message is truthfully, and where and how that message was developed. Hey, Mark. Is that Mark Sr. or Mark Jr.? Because I can only see the little thumbnail. But anyway, so, that video, A Stroke of Insight by Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor, the neuroscientist who got to study her own stroke from the inside out. It's a very emotional video, but many people get tied up into the emotions of the video than the true message. Perfect, Mark. Then the true message of the video. And the video, what I tell people is, listen about the brain. Take away her stroke. I mean, I know that's the main issue, but she's well recovered, and this video is actually like 2005 or 6. It was a long time ago. This video was a long time ago. So, but again, listen to the message she's telling you. What does the left brain do? How does it function? It takes things that you've done in your past, piles it and picks up what's going on right now, and projects what the future is of those things. So like she says in the video, well, if I know that I got to get bananas because I'm out and I need them, so I have to go pick them up at the grocery store tomorrow, you know that the grocery store has those bananas because you went back in your past. You know that's where you got them. You've taken it to your present moment, and you projected that you're going to go there tomorrow and get some because you need them. That's a left brain function. A right brain function is all about this present moment. It does not have anything to deal with the past or the future. It's all about what emotions and senses you're feeling at this moment. That's usually what inspires people who are creative. It's what's going on with them at that moment. Think about the right brain. And think about what it does. And your right brain is connected to all your senses. It is connected to all your senses. When you are in your right brain, you don't judge because you have nothing to judge from. You're in the moment. When you're in your right brain, okay, you are one with the universe. You are, and everyone is on an equal playing field. Your left brain is what separates you from other people. It's what tells you who you are. I am Sid Patrick, an RN who studies metaphysics and teaches metaphysics, and a medium. That's who I am, okay? And, that separates me from you. That left brain. It's because I'm taking everything that I've learned and made it who I am today, and I'm projecting it into my future, okay? But when I'm in my right brain and I'm connecting with spirit, I'm living in the moment. I'm sensing the senses that I get at that moment. And then I'm moving over to my left brain and I'm saying what it means to me, and then I'm jumping back into my right brain. That is why mediumship is so exhausting. But that's how it works. So understand that you have two cognitive minds, a right brain and a left brain. And you can choose to be in either one of them. You can put yourself in either one of those hemispheres. And that is what controls the ability of what you do. Many people, we are trained to be left brain people. Society has done that because they don't want us to have that knowledge of being able to predict or see or taken the moment and make that prediction. Hey, Kimberly. So understand that when you're looking into this and you're studying this and you're trying to make those connections. So it's really hard. And think about why you are the way you are. Why do you behave the way you behave? So, my student had some, I'm not going to get into their personal life, but they had some issues that was going on in their life, and we talked them out. But the one thing my student couldn't do was pinpoint what their role was in those things. They knew what the other person was making them feel, but they couldn't answer to me why they, how did it affect them? It was how they can predict it, So you have to look at you. You are the key. You can't fix anybody. You can only fix you. So in relationships, if you're in a bad relationship, the biggest question to you shouldn't be, why are they an asshole? The biggest question to you should be, why am I still here? What has happened to me in my life that makes me stay here? And if you tell me it was the kids, I'm going to tell you what made you think that. What happened in your life that made you think your kids need to see you getting the hell beat out of you every day? Please tell me. So then I want to look at your self-esteem and why you feel that way about yourself. So these are the things that you should be analyzing about you as a person. And that's what energetics teaches, folks. I know I keep bringing it up, but so many, people will come to my classes or they'll listen to these lectures, and I really think they get it. Thank you, very kind. But this is what I teach in energetics, pretty much. You get it, but you get a piece of it. You don't understand the whole concept of it. Like I said, I've been showing that Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor film since day one in my mediumship class, and people still don't get it. And some of them have taken my mediumship class 5 times, and they still don't get it. Your ability should be as easy as a breath. And you jump right in. Somebody that went to summer school and is graduate had to go to, somebody in this room, I can tell you now, I don't know who it is, but somebody in this room, and I'm confident of this because the way they just showed me, had a child that had to wait to graduate because they needed to pick up an extra class before they finished over the summer, and they finished. So somebody has a child or a grandchild that happened to. I already know that because the minute I took a breath, that's what I saw was the little hat and the little thing coming down, and I heard in my head that they finally graduated. And so I kind of think they had to go through some summer stuff to get that done, and they probably should be finishing that up right now. And that's going to be for somebody in this room. I have no idea who it's for, but y'all all there, so I know it's for somebody there. Already know that. Again, that's how simple it is, because I've created my language, and I analyze everything that they show me, and I usually have, for most things I have a symbol for it or a reason that I'm seeing it. And so that's how it works, folks. That is truly how this works. But again, to get there, it's painful. You have to really do some self-eval. And this doesn't mean whether I'm a good, because we're all good people. We're all evil. Actually, we had that conversation tonight too. We're all good people. We're all evil people. We're all lovely people. We're all everything, because the universe lives within each of us. And I'm not going to push this on anybody's religious beliefs. You believe your faith is important. I always say that. Your faith is important. But technically, we are the bodies of God. And we are, because we're built in the eyes of that. So if you believe in any kind of religion, that's a good path to look at. And good and evil's on each of our shoulders. You choose to be good or evil. You have a choice. Now, some people do have stuff with their chemical makeup and their brain that they do things that may not seem right, but that's not evil if they didn't have an intent. Yes, pretty much when you're in your right brain, we're all one. When you're in your left brain, that makes you an individual. So understand that. And that's why I said, I try not to hate anybody. I try to understand that they are who they are, and however they choose to live this journey of their life is their business, not mine. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be just a patient. It could be anybody. This is their journey in life, and whatever happened to them, they had a part in it. They had some kind of action or part in that. And so it's up to them to try to live the best they can in the environment and in the where they're born. Because people say, well, what if they're born in one of these a bad country and they can't, like maybe someplace where people are hungry and stuff. Well, that happens, but they still can choose to love. They can still choose to be kind. They can still choose to be those things, and they will go further. Okay, because I do have people tell me that kind of stuff. I hope that's not. I keep hearing stuff. All right, I probably got the weather's probably kicking up the spirits in my house because I keep hearing walking and doors and thumps down the hall. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but I can. Anyway, so I wanted to have that little talk with you guys tonight because I felt it was important. Talking with my student, it made me realize too that we all have our own perception of what we think we should be doing and how we get into this, and we're all going to see our own way because your spirit's world is only can talk to you in the language you know. They're not going to make up. Now, once you go into deep trance and you get into that, then you can speak in tongues, you can speak all kind of ways. But when you're awake and you're with it, that it's all done through your senses. And so that's how you communicate with senses. And I wanted to share that with you guys tonight. Just to kind of get you to really get into start thinking about why you are where you are in your life. What has happened, understand what took you, and don't be mad about it, don't be upset, and just accept it. This is your journey, and then from start living in the present moment and saying, hey, in this present moment, what can I do to help me enjoy my life, help me improve my journey, what can I do in this present moment? And that is how you achieve happiness. That's how you become content. That's how when you have to let go of anger, and if something's, you got to figure out what it is and get rid of it. I don't care if it is you think it's your soulmate doing it. If that soulmate is getting you angry like that all the time, you got to go find another one, because you have, lo and behold, let me let it out the bag, y'all have more than one soulmate in a lifetime. So it just depends which one you meet. And soulmates bring lessons. So know that. They come with lessons. So you want to find your soulmate that is going to work with you in love and empathy. And that sometimes you don't never meet. You meet the one that's teaching you how to deal with tragedy, or to help you deal with heartache, or help you deal with other issues in life. So, but again, we all have soulmates. Hey, Mike, how you doing, cuz? Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you're back. So anyway, this is how you improve your life. No one's going to make you happy. No woman, no man, no family is going to make you happy. Your happiness comes from within. Happiness is something that you have to create, that you have, or you're not going to be happy. Love, the big one is, okay, so since no one else took that little message from earlier, I will say that I needed to go to summer school so that I could eventually graduate high school. Okay. That's what I saw. So it could have been for you. I don't know who it was for. I didn't really get into who that was for. Thank you for that validation, Mary Cat. But, only you can make you happy. No one else is going to make you happy, because you can be with the person of your dreams. And if you're not happy and you're just angry and negative all the time, that's who you're going to be. I have relatives like that. They were always angry. Always loud, always upset. And I'm like, what a pitiful life. When I stopped and I started analyzing the lives around me, I was like, what a pitiful life. But if that's what they think happiness is for them, then okay. But I needed to remove myself because I didn't need to be part of that. And so, it's, don't judge other people. I mean, like I said, I'm not judging them because they were miserable and always aggravated and mean. That's who they were. And if that's what they felt that they needed to be in this journey on life, I chose something different. So, and again, that's my choice. That's my choice to change my life.
And it did help meeting the person of my dreams, the one that helps me put all this wonderful stuff together. That did help a lot, finding someone that really, really cared about me. That really helps. It helps. It helps. It helps add that extra peace in the journey, that extra peace of mind in the journey. I know, Allie, I heard you from over here, girl, and I know you're sleeping right now watching, because I know you fell asleep after you answered, because she goes to bed early. But yeah, that was an Allie thing. So again, if you find yourself being depressed or unhappy, pull yourself out of it. No one's coming for you. Yeah, the drugs help a little, and sometimes there is a chemical imbalance that might manage. But even if you manage a chemical imbalance, some people still remain depressed even on the medicine, because now they're upset that they had to take medicine. So it's like, so again, figure out what's going to make you happy. Oh, she's awake barely. All right, thank you, girl. So again, think about what will make you happy. What do you want to accomplish in this lifetime? Is it family? Some of us that is groomed in our head that it has to be our family, that we are responsible. You're responsible for your babies, and then when you get older, they're responsible for you. That's put in your head from childbirth. And again, it's not true. It's not. I know families where the parents didn't interact with their kids at all. Used to tell them kids are better, kids should be heard and not seen, or, didn't have that bonding, I meet a lot of people like that. But again, don't be angry about it. That's their journey. Stop owning that. Stop taking that pain with you. Give it back to them. That's their journey. Give it back to them and learn to grow from that and say, hey, I'm not going to be that way because I want happiness, and find your happiness. My parents were workaholics. They worked all the time. Am I angry about that? In my younger years I was, but I'm not anymore. They did it because I understand that they felt they had to do that to provide for us. And so I had to look at what caused all those things. And I had to look at, the other members of my family that created some of those scenarios, was that my family couldn't get away from they couldn't get away from their family and do their own thing. And that made me proud. That when I reflect on that, it makes me proud, because growing up, my mom always told me that I would always work for the family business. And I was determined not to. See, I fought it. I didn't fall into it. I did it for a while I could, but it wasn't my long-term goal for myself. So my mom used to always tell me something else, but she said a negative way, but I took it in a positive way. She used to always tell me, she used to tell me, you're never going to have nothing, because all you do is you wish for the stars, you wish for the stars. Well, she's right. I do wish for the stars, because you have to wish for something high, and maybe we'll get close. We might not get them, but we're going to get closer than if we didn't try it at all. And so remember that. What about family and parents who... I mean, again, you have to blame... I tell people they have to blame themselves. Tina, with that, Tina asked, what about families and parents who choose not to be in their parents' lives that provided for them into adulthood? So again, you shouldn't have that expectation, number one, because when we expect stuff, we get hurt, and then we get angry, and then we can't let it go. So you should have that expectation. It's a privilege if they will, but it's no guarantee. Just like when they had you as a parent, it wasn't guaranteed that you were going to be there for your children. Because there are people in this site right now can tell you their parents were not there for them when they were children, because I know them personally. But they have good relationships now. Some of them have good relationships with their parents now. Hey, Angela. I love you and miss you too, girl. So understand that. Understand that your kids have to be responsible for who they are and how they behave, and they'll pay for it. But you can't dwell on that energy,
because that's only hurting you in your life and creating you to be ill and creating you to take on stress. And you, no, move on with your life. Do you, you know, do you, and do the things you want to do in life. That's what's important. This is your journey. When you go to that grave, they ain't going to be nowhere around. You know, this is your life. Get the most out of it while you can. And I know there's health issues and stuff, but you can recover. You go see a good healer and get a good healing. And you can go out and do some things that's going to make you smile. And that's what's important. Guys, let me tell you the things that excite me. I'll be in the hospital and somebody will walk in with their child and you just see this beautiful, untarnished ray of light walk into the hospital. Some of these babies are so cute, and you just know that hopefully their parents are good and they're going to have good lives and that they're going to be able to achieve the things they need to achieve, you know? And I send them blessings. You know, when I see these little kids, I send them blessings. I'm like, blessings for you. I hope that the energy in your life takes you to a much higher plane and you find happiness. You know, I mean, and sometimes I even get emotional because them are just so cute. You just want to go over there and grab them and hug them, but you can't. So you sit here and you say, oh, they just, you know, you wish it. And like you know, if I have some kids tell me their dreams, I'd probably go do something for them to help them achieve their dreams, because that's what life's about. It's about achieving your goals, achieving your dreams, and not letting other people take it away from you, or you using it as a crutch to be lazy. Because I see people who do that too. There's also that, because I see people do it, where, you know, I don't want to deal with this because I'm dealing with this. And so they feel all this other drama in their life so they don't have to do what's really important. You have to figure out at a young age what it is you want to do. And you have to start working towards that goal. And you might get sidetracked. If you might have to take care of a parent because you are that person that feels that family is important. That's important to you. That doesn't mean it has to be important to your kids. It's important to you, then you do it. If it's not important to you, then don't do it. You know, I mean, you have to think about that. Some parents do the bare minimal for their children because they're busy enjoying their life, and they should. I still think they should be a little more for their kids. I would, because I think babies are wonderful creations, and that they need to be pampered and given every opportunity they can because the world is hard enough. You know, but that's me. That's what makes me smile. But I can't expect my kids to have that feel about me when I get older. I can't. You know, that you have to understand that. Right. Yes, you did do energetic. So yes, you know that. Energetic, loving. Yes, you know energetic, Stacy. So, you know, that's the thing. And just because you don't do something for somebody doesn't mean you don't love them. Even and how many kids tell you, if you don't do this, you don't love me? Well, you know what? How do you know what love is? Who taught you that? Who taught you that? Think about those things. Be responsible for who you are. That is the best thing I can tell you. If you're stressed out, you're stressing yourself out. You have allowed someone to stress you out. I know, I saw that. A few of y'all have signed up for energetics in August. So, Sonia, do you see Stacy up there? She is my girl Friday. Any appointments go through Stacy because she has my schedule. I am so busy. She has my schedule. I don't even know what day I have open. Stacy has all of that. Guys, again, you have to realize, besides being a full-time as a nurse, I also do this full-time. Plus I do events on weekends out of town, you know, and now starting August 4th, I'm in college writing papers on any free moment I have in the evening, which I'm usually seeing clients in the evenings. So I am really busy there. I am literally given total control to Stacy and Magni of my life for the next year. So know that. If you want to see me, you have to go through Stacy because she has my schedule. I honestly could not tell you what I have open. I just go on a calendar, write available over a bunch of days, and Stacy starts filling them in, and she knows who's coming, when, where. She handles everything. And to get Stacy, you can go to my website, sid-patrick.com, And the phone number to get Stacy is there. If you got a pen and paper, it's 504-708-8353. It's always best to text because Stacy likes to sleep when she can. So she will return your text or your call if you want. But also if you want to see what kind of reading you like, it's always good to go to my website because there are videos about each type of reading that I do where I explain them and tell you like what to expect and what's going to happen. So if you not sure what you want, that is the best way. They need to fit you in. We just got to go later one Friday night out to our little spot when I'm off on a Friday night. I'm seldom off at night. I had to see a client for tonight, and I was supposed to be off. It was a call-in. I wound up seeing a client tonight. I had 2 last night. I got 2 tomorrow night, I think. Friday is the event. Saturday, I'm going to another event in DeRidder. We're traveling to DeRidder to go do an investigation at a jail in DeRidder with Louisiana Spirits. I'm excited about that. I got a room at, I think it's the Quality Inn in DeRidder. That's where we're staying. So, lots and lots and lots. I stay busy, folks. That makes me happy that at my age, and I'm going to be a year older and this week, for those of you who know, you know, I'll be a year older this week. And for my birthday, I'm working. And then I'm going out with everybody after work. And then Saturday morning, we're getting up and we're traveling to DeRidder to do a paranormal investigation at the DeRidder jail with the Spirits of Louisiana Spirits Group. And we'll be doing our own investigation shortly. I will mention our first session, where the first investigation we're going to do is going to be at Race and Religious. So if you're coming Friday night for the gallery with Misty Gaither and myself, you will get a little cheat and be able to feel what's going on in that room and that business while we're there, because we're going to go back on another night and investigate that place. So that would be real cool. And at Race and Religious, like I said, there'll be wine and cheese, and I'm bringing cake for everybody, and I'll have some napkins and some stuff, that y'all can use. And it's gonna be a nice event, and then we're gonna go out as a group afterwards. So you're welcome to join us if you want. We had a blast last Friday. We really did. We went to this karaoke place in Metairie and had a blast. There was a birthday party going on. Everybody was singing good. The drinks ran. I can't drink anymore. So it was a lot of fun. And the age group at this place was from like 21 to 71 and everywhere in between. There was, and it's a small little hole in the wall place. So it was a lot of fun. They had a lot of people, all different ages, all different backgrounds, all different ethnicities. I mean, it was very mixed. All different sexual orientations in there, and it was a little hole in the wall dive, and it was packed. It was packed, so packed we had to sit by the speaker. So by the end of the night, we were a little deaf. We were hoarse from singing, and we were deaf from listening to the thing. So it was a lot of fun. Stacy came, all the Lost the Lots came, all of them that are here. They were all there. Misty was there. Another nurse I work with was there. It was a party. It was a party. Yes, it was a blast. None of us know how we got home, but the drivers knew. They weren't drinking like we were. So. Where are you, Kimberly? What area? Sounds so far. Fun. Sounds so fun. So wish I was closer. Where are you? What area are you located, Kimberly? What state or what area? You don't have to tell me like your exact location, but give me an idea of where you're at. I'll wait and see. Because I wish you were close, because we had a blast. But part of our paranormal group, that's why it's called Orleans Paranormal Social Club, is because we're actually coming up your way. So you're not that far. So anyway, we plan to do many more social events. It's more. It's not just about going and doing ghost hunts and stuff. It's also going to be a social club where we have fun, as as a group. All right. So it is now. I can't even see. Excuse me. It is now 8:47. So I'm going to start reading for people. And let me break the reading. I don't even know how many people I have in the room because my room counter isn't working. Hasn't worked in the last 2 sessions that we've done. So the only way I know that you're here is when you type. Let me break this reading first. I think it worked well last week when I just kept them in a pile. And pulled from the pile. So I will do some readings for you guys, but I hope y'all understand the part about connection. Okay, cool. Thank you, Mary Cat. That's probably so, and that's probably one of the because I'm in 3 areas, so y'all probably seeing that for one group. So it's hey Chris. So or maybe that's all I don't know, but I know that like if you're on Facebook, you're going to see how many's in the Facebook group. If you're on YouTube, you're going to see how many's in there from YouTube, and it might not even be anybody, because everybody looks like they got a Facebook tag. I can tell by the tag who's where, and it looks like everybody is from Facebook so far. So it's probably what I probably have is around 15, because I haven't seen anybody else. So Debbie, you're going to be first, okay? Because you said me, please. Yeah, probably you're right. It probably is about 15. Oh, Zeta's here. Hi, Zeta. I'm breaking the last reading, and then I will get right on you, Debbie, because you asked first. I will pull 6 cards, 3 from each deck for you. That seemed to make it a lot of fun last week. Hi, Mazita. And Jamie, you'll be after that. All right, so let me pull 3 for Debbie, and I'm gonna pull 3 for Debbie. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna pull 3 for my baby, my bestie, Jamie. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's see what we got here, and then let me pull from this pile. 1, 2, and the reason I do this every time is it's fun, and I'm trying to, if y'all take my tarot course that's online. Hey Elizabeth, I'm doing great, baby. Okay. If you take my tarot course online, you're gonna start learning some of the cards. So by me showing them to you and telling you, right? Let me get these done, and then I'll look at everybody else. Okay, so this is for Debbie. So Debbie, for you, I've got the 5 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Empress. So what that tells me right now, tells me a few things. So I will tell you, it can mean a few things. And it depends a lot on your parents, if they're still living. It'll depend a lot about, because I'm not connecting spiritually with you right now. I'm just reading cards. So if I was reading these, I would talk about parents we need to talk about placement for them. Okay, or about how to take care of them, or something to that nature. Also, if your parents have been passed, what I would say to you this is that you have people come in and that's trying to control you, that you need to be careful about, and not let them, take too much credit. So be mindful that there might be people trying to sway you or take control of a situation with you. By the way that came out, okay? Now, looking at these, Debbie, I got orange, I've got peace, and I've got coin. So what that tells me is that right now I kind of think that what's in store for you is a trip to find peace again. Like there's a lot of things going on, and you're getting emotionally connected to a lot of stuff, but you need to take a break from it, and it might cost you a little bit, like the expense of a small trip or to go, but you just need to get away for a moment and take some time and find your peace, okay? Find your joy. All right. that was for Debbie. Okay, now let's do, next was my bestie. Bestie. This is funny. I love it. Anyway, I'm going to do the tarot cards first. I've got the Lovers. I've got the Page of Pentacles. And I've got the Knight of Pentacles. So what that tells me is that there's a dark-haired man that's very much in love with you. In the cards, that's what that would say. There's a dark-haired man that has interest in you and takes value in you. But then I pull these three cards, and it tells me that one night, when you should be in a bathing suit, you're going to be celebrating a birthday. Maybe we're going to end up at my house on Friday night in the pool. I thought that was cute. Anyway, so that were those 6 cards. Let me shuffle these a little bit, and then I'm going to shuffle the others. So that was Debbie. That was Jamie. And then I got to do Angie. And then Daphne. So now I'm going to do Angie and Daphne. I'm going to pull 6. I'm trying to do 2 at a time just because... Oh, there it goes. They fell. Just to make sure that I get everybody in a reasonable time. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. I like that one. 5, 6. And then I'm going to pull 6 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's see where I am at. So this is Angie, and then gotta see because y'all keep and then Daphne. So Angie, the first 6 are yours. The 3 cards I got is the Sun, Strength, and the Devil. And what that says to me is that you have a friend that's really finding their own again, and they're trying to ward off, like, break bad habits. And I think they'll be successful. So that's telling me that for you to be supportive to the people around you, because there's some people that are trying to readjust their lives. And with that, you should, please remain supportive, because there are going to be rewards for you if you are. I will say that. The next one is the Fish, the Butterfly, and the Star. And those all look like great tattoos to me. No, but anyway, let's not go there. So what that makes me feel when I look at these, it talks about freedom to me. And it talks about, not just other people you should be focused on them, but focusing on you and taking you to your next level, doing some travel, getting out there, feeling free again. Don't let things hang on to you. Start feeling free and move forward. So I'm going to say that to you with that. And then this is Daphne. Daphne, you have the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Star. And so what that tells me right now is that right now, all you're looking for in your future is for life to flow comfortably. The Star is all about the flow of life and about things becoming happy, but you don't see a way of getting there. But I think that if you learn to trust the universe and allow it to just be, things will happen that way. Now let's look at your other cards that I have here. You've got the Nighttime Scene, you have the Drum, and you have the Letter. The letter, I think that's telling me that you're going to probably get some kind of certified letter in the mail, and it's going to make your heart beat a little bit, and it's going to make you sleep better at night. So there's something coming up that's going to do that for you. So I'm going to tell you that, Daphne. And now I got Stacy and Mary Cat. Shuffle them a little bit, and I'll pull 6. And let me shuffle these a little bit. And the main reason I'm doing this is I want you guys to follow along with me and see what you see when you see these cards. You know, I'm giving you some of the basic meanings of the cards. I'm going through stuff. That is the whole purpose of me doing this. If you want something more in depth, call Stacy. I just want to have fun with you guys because you know, it's the middle of my work week, Wednesday. Why did I pick a Wednesday? Because it was probably the only night that I had that I was free. So these three go here, these three go there. I want that one. I want that one. And I want that one. And I want that one. I want that one. I want that one. Okay. So let's see. So this is Stacy and Mary Cat. So Stacy, this is you first. So I got the 5 of Cups. I've got the 3 of Pentacles, and I've got the Knight of Wands. So what that tells me, Stacy, for you is that you're kind of focusing somewhat on some negativity when it comes to getting out a little more and doing more things. But that's going to change. You're gonna there's a gentleman that's going to take you and show you and help pull you out of your shell just a little bit, and you're going to create a partnership, not necessarily a love affair, but a friendship or a partnership. So that looks great. Looking at this, you've got the tree, the sun, and the baton. So what that tells me is that each day you're really, really trying to grow. You're trying to move in the right direction. The sun is there. The baton is leading the parade and helping you find where you need to be. So keep that journey up. And Mary Cat, you've got, of course she does, you got death. You've got the Hangman. And you've got family. So what that tells me is there's lots of change for you about emotional connections and beliefs when it comes to developing family and friends and those things. So you're kind of moving, you're kind of regrouping and making some changes, okay? Looking at your 3 other cards, I've got home, I've got peace, and I've got book. And so what that tells me too is that you are trying to find a way to bring peace back to your home, and you're looking at ways to change that. And what I mean by I know what you do for a living, and I know that sometimes it involves your home or sometimes their home maybe, but I think that you're trying to bring peace to your environment, and you're looking at, you know, just toning things down maybe a little bit for a while so you can go take a little break and a breather. So that's what that tells me for you. And then my next one is replying. Oh my God. You know I hate to swim. Yes, I do. I wonder what that could be. Could be a lot. Replying to Daphne. Congratulations. 3 for me. So I got Cindy, and that's it. Just Cindy. So Cindy, you're going to get one all by yourself. That should have been. If there's somebody else that wanted 3, you need to put it up there. If I missed it, put it up again. I'm old. And as the screen jumps, it's hard to see things. All right, Cindy, I'm going to put 1, 2. I want that one, 3. And let's do here. Okay, Tina, I will get you 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's get Tina 1, 2. Oh, that's the one I want. 3. And let's get 3 more. 1. I want that one. 2. And I want that one. 3. Okay. Looking at this. So, Cindy, you too got the 5 of Cups, but this time you got the Knight of Cups with it, and I see battle. So what that tells me, Cindy, is prepare yourself, because it looks like you got a little news coming that you're going to have to learn to work with. Whether it's bad or bad news, like really bad news, depends upon your reaction to it. So don't think negatively. try to find the positivity in things, and that's going to help you get past this little message you're going to get. Because see, the Knight of Cups is also the messenger, and the Five of Cups, as we're looking at it negatively, but there's some positivity in that message. So that's going to help you, and it's going to battle with you a little bit. So something's going to test your strength. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? Then you got the rainbow, the baton, and the glasses. So what that tells me too is you need to start focusing more on your happiness, your joy, your peace, and lead the way. Sometimes you can't depend on others to make you feel better. You have to make yourself feel better. So work on that, because I see a little bit of stuff coming in there for you that you're going to have to clear out. Okay? Now, after you was Tina. So Tina, we got the Five of Pentacles, which is the unwanted visitors. We got the Queen of Swords, and we got that. So what that tells me is that, Tina, I don't know what you've done legally with your stuff, but you need to get things in order. Just get things in order to prevent people coming around and bothering you, or, you know, so like anything legal. Get like your medical stuff lined up. I don't know if you already have that, but get all your life plans done. If you have kids and you need to do a will, or you have some animals you want to leave it to since the kids treated you like shit, do so. Get it all done. Get it all taken care of. I don't see anything bad happening, but I do see, oh, look at this. You got the butterfly, again, the fish, and then the bottle. So what that tells me is that you need to get out and have some fun. You're welcome, Debbie. You need to get out and enjoy life a little bit. You need to feel more free. You need to feel like you can do things again. You need to get out and do things. That you have to stop condemning yourself and blaming yourself for other people, and just take control of your life and move forward with it. All right, Tina. Let's see. So there's Sonia. Okay, I just did Tina's. I got Sonia and Mark Senior. I thought I saw Mark Jr. So Sonia, Mark Senior, Mark Jr. Okay. I'm gonna do those three. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Well, let's see what we got. All right. I'm on Sonia first. Okay, Sonia. Let's look what you got, my baby. Ooh, girl. Is your daddy still here? Anyway, what you got is, and again, I'm going to explain it all. The Tower of Destruction, the Devil, and the Emperor. So what that tells me, one of two things. Either, so in a personal relationship, it would mean that if your father's still living, it would mean that my father and I had some disagreements. We need to work those out. Or it means that right now I need to change things to own my power again, because I have forces working against me. That's the only two things that would mean. So it's one of those. Then you got the scissors, the angel, and the bottle. So what that also tells me is that you need to cut some people out of your life so it can grow before you turn to the bottle. And the angel's there to say that you'll be saved because you'll make the right decisions. So that's what I'm going to say to you, Miss Sonia. And now we're going to do, yes, Mark Sr., here comes yours. And then I got Mark Jr. So Mark Sr., I have the 10 of Swords. I have the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups. So that could be one of two things too. Depends upon what's around it. But what I would say is that one of your children may hurt your feelings, and you're going to have to deal with that. That's that. Or it says that there's an emotional battle within you that you're going to have to come to terms with and move it away from you. So that's going to be one of those two things. But then you got the butterfly, the cross, and the house. And what I'm saying is that all you ever ask for in your home is peace, happiness, and love. That's what you want in your home. That's the butterfly means I feel free when I'm home. The cross meaning that I want peace and love in my home, and that is the home. Hopefully we do get a home that's that big. Then we have enough for all of us to move in. And then Mark Jr. You've got the, oh, yours is pretty cool. You've got the, because I already know what this is about. You got the 9 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the 3 of Coins, or Pentacles. What that says to me is that although, so the Page of Swords is you, because the type of career I know you're looking at is a sword career. So that tells you you're going out and you're getting it. It says here that you had a little battle. That's what that 5, but you recovered. You recovered because you found a partnership that's going to prosper for you. And same ideals, just a different path. And it's part of what probably why life is doing this, is to help you grow. So I'm going to say that as well. And then you've got, oh, you got blue. You've got, oh, you got yellow, and the drum. So what I'm going to say to you on those cards, it tells me to tell you, beat at your own drum, but speak your truth, because speaking your truth brings you knowledge. Don't be afraid to say what you feel or what you understand, because beating your own drum and speaking your truth will give you what you need to prosper and grow, because yellow is all about intelligence and growth. Okay? So I'm going to say those to you, and then I see Zeta wants some. Zeta wants some. So Sonia, yeah, so what it says, just be sure that not necessarily forces against you, but people may not be agreeing with you. They may be negative around you. Doesn't mean they're against you. It just means they're not being compliant. Okay? They're not doing what's in your best interest, with how you feel, what is better. And sometimes you have to just walk away from it. Okay? All right, Zeta, let's see what I get for you. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit, and I'm going to pull 3 for Zeta. All right, 1, 2, 3. Understand that there is nothing bad in these cards. These cards are about life, and anything in life can be, it's how you perceive it. You know, you're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. You know, it's how you perceive it. Everybody doesn't have a demon or somebody evil trying to do things to them. These cards are about life, and so you kind of want to figure out, and that's why when I listen to people who read people, it's like they see them in a car. I had this woman, this poor person I was with me, that they would get in a car accident, lose their arm. Like, where the hell you seen that? For real? Where'd you see that? Show me in the cards where you seen that. I mean, there's an accident card, but accidents happen all the time in life. It's how we perceive them and how we get ahead of them. Okay, this is for my friend Zeta. Oh, Zeta, I like these. Well, the first one ain't so good, but the 2 that follow it explain it. So the 6 of Pentacles, which is the robbing Peter to pay Paul. Then you've got the Ace of Swords, and then you've got the 9 of Pentacles. So that talks about value and wealth. And what it says is, right, at times you may have to rob Peter to pay Paul, but God always answers for you. If you look at the sword, that's God's hand coming out of the cloud. So things always work out, and you will always be okay. So know that. So learn value. Learn that money isn't always value sometimes, but we need it. But sometimes it's other things in life that give you value, and that you have this card here says that you house, you know, some very great value. This is prosper, this is value, this is long-term effects of value. So again, you have that. And the other three cards I pulled for you is the hand, the coin, and the basket. And what that kind of tells me to tell you, I'm going to be a little hard on you, that I know you do a lot of healing, but you need to learn to, and I know you do it from the kindness of your heart, but sometimes you have to be willing to, when people want to gift you, you have to be willing to take it. Because I know a lot of times you don't. So when people want to gift you, take those gifts with gratitude, thanks, and love, and understand that you deserve it very much because you are wonderful with the gift that you have and what you do. I know it personally. So, so notice last one was for Zeta. I had already done Tina earlier. So I need to say that. Okay. So I am, you need to, Zeta. So anyway, I want to tell everybody I had a great time tonight with you guys. I'm going to try to come on some more probably over the weekend. I might need to show up just to see. I'm going to be working with Magni on here. So while we're doing, or 6 rather. Oh, I didn't do you, Allie? Oh, Allie, how did I not do you? Allie wants 6. I'm sorry, Allie. I know Allie going to get 6 like everybody else. Ooh, I pulled 2 at one time. We're going to keep those. All right, Allie. I'm sorry. I'm like, how can I forget Allie? I can't forget Allie. Allie don't let you forget her. All right. Okay. Yeah, because it is 6 cards, actually, because Allie's a perfectionist. But anyway, the 3 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. And what that tells me, Allie, pretty much as now, even though we feel kind of down at times and it's negative, we really need to look at the brighter side of things because the universe always does things for a reason and gives us those opportunities to grow. And if you look at the Ace of Wands, it's all about growth. The hand of God is coming out of the clouds, and the growth on the wand itself tells you about the growth that you've experienced just over the last few. The next thing I see is the magnifying glass, the flute, and your ear. And what that tells me is that, one, you have a very good ear for sound and for music, and I saw that because you had a clarinet out the other night in your house. But so again, pay attention to the sounds that are around you and analyze things. I think that's going to be something that you might be good at when we get into the paranormal stuff, because you'll be able to listen and pick up the sounds and work with Mark Jr. and the guy who was next, which I can't think of his name right now. But they are the 2 that are going to be working on the analyzing of the materials. So, and you can be listening to all because you're the secretary, so you'll be listening to all the stuff. But now we got the translation for you. Okay. All right, folks. I do think I got everybody now that had asked and requested. So I want to tell you, let me get here. Again, I'll pull 3 for you. How's that? Because I've already put 1 set up, but I'll pull 3 for you. I won't forget Alyssa. I'm going to do Alyssa. Okay. Let me give her just tarot because I'll put the other deck up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Alyssa, let's see what we got for you, my baby. You've got the Moon. You've got the Knight of Cups. And you've got the 8 of Cups. So when I look at these, the Moon always talks about things that are hidden, things you don't see, or things you don't understand. But this is a message coming to you about something you didn't know, and it's going to help you move forward, help you kind of settle some things that needed to be settled and move forward with that. So that's what I would pay attention to, because the moon means that it's hidden. It's a hidden, but there's a message coming that's going to tell you that it's time to make a big move or a big change, and you're going to know that. Okay. Prayers. Oh, for Denise. Yes, Denise. Prayers for you, my love. I will pray for your husband and son. If you want to talk to me about that, you can see if Stacy has any 30-minute session. We can just talk freely about it. Oh. Okay, well, I work there, Denise. So I'm not allowed. I mean, I can do some things, but I can't do a lot. But I work at that hospital, so he's at my hospital. There was an incident today. We had an MCI today, but it was a small one. Not as bad as New Year's, but we had one today. I know it was the first time I've actually heard. Well, I wasn't there for New Year's when they called it, but we had another one today. So Denise, if you would text me their names, I can check on them. I can't open their charts. I figured that's where he would be, but he's probably in ICU 2 on the second tower, because that's where most of those go. I will definitely pray for them, and I will even see if I can go see them. And I think I saw some little angels at work. I might go drop one off to them, but you have to text me their name, okay? Do they have your last name? If they have your last name, then I'll look tomorrow and see. And like I said, I can't open their chart, but I will go up there and just kind of check on them and see, and just make sure everything is going good for them. Okay. So I work, that's where I work at, 4 days a week. I'm there tomorrow, but then I'm not back again until Monday, because Friday I have to have off. So I will look and see, and I probably I get called for everything. I just didn't realize who they were, so I get called for anything major. But I will pray for them. And I do have some little angels at work. I may drop one off. So if you see a little angel, I stopped in. Okay, Denise. I'm gonna go see if I might go drop one on the nightstand. They don't allow flowers, but they do allow stones. So I'm sorry for the tragedy. All right, so let me cover a few more things real quick before I go. I gotta bring these up. So Friday night is Christmas in July. It is a mediumship gala where Misty and I will connect to your loved ones. Let me see. Well, I will come look for you tomorrow, okay? I'll come look for you tomorrow because I'm working tomorrow. So I got a lot of meetings, but sometime during the day, if you're there, I'll come look for you, okay? All right. So Friday night at Race and Religious, come join us for the party. It's Misty and I will be connecting for your loved ones. It starts at 7 because that gives you a little time to get downtown. There isn't much traffic right now. We wanted to have this before the traffic got in. And come join us. You can get tickets at sid-patrick.com, or you can pay at the door. But please bring the right amount because we won't have change. So it is $30 a person. There will be wine and cheese served, and there will be cake to celebrate my birthday, because Friday night is my birthday. So we're going to be doing some fun stuff. All right, that's Christmas in July. Come join us. Don't forget Energetics, August 23rd, 24th. If you're wondering why all these conversations we're having, it's all based on this. Come learn about energetics, learn about life, learn how to clear your energy area, and learn how to fill it full of positive energy so you attract what you need in life. And of course, the most fun thing is going to be the cruise. A whole week on a boat with me, Trenny, Misty, and Jill Mercer. So come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. The classes are separate from the cruise, but get your cruise booked. If you get the classes, you don't have to pay for the cruise till it's the payment to the cruise company is due at, I think it's like December 20th, but around December 1st you can put it onto Uplift, and they'll finance it for a year with no interest, so you can pay for a little bit each month until it's paid off. The classes are $400. If you book the classes and pay for them by December 31st, they're only $350. You get a $50 discount. So try to get in there and get those classes paid for too, so that way you can join us at the classes and the events that we have on the boat and on the excursions, the 2 excursions that we're going to do. Well, that's an extra cost, but you will be able to join us if you book those excursions and come with us to go do the things that we teach you in class. So I know, Jamie, I can't wait. We had so much fun last Friday night. We really, really did. Misty turned me on to this little place, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun at this place. Misty told us she wasn't going to make it, and she surprised us. And Misty can sing. I also heard Jill Mercer can sing. So we're going to have the battle of the voices. The battle of the voices on Friday night. So come join us at Race and Religious, and come on over and go out with us. And if we do go to Metairie, that's where we're going to go. If we go to Chalmette, there's another place we're going to go, because if we go to Chalmette, I'm going to do Champagne, but I'd much rather go to the other place and just mindfully drink, because I can't drink like I did last Friday, because that was like a once-in-a-lifetime type of celebration for me, because I'm not a big drinker. I could have fooled you last week because it was fun. We had a good time because Jamie and Mark had some family in town, so we had to show them a good time, and we did. All right. It's getting that time. I got to go to work, and the thunder's getting louder. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Can't wait to see some of you real soon. I'll see a lot of you Friday. Denise, I will see you tomorrow at the hospital. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Enjoy. Thank you for joining me on... Here we go. This thing is always right. Thank you for joining me on Touch Eternity, the podcast.